Did you know that the Manitoba Museum's history collection boasts not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 gargoyles? My name's Cortney. I'm your friendly neighborhood collections technician for human history at the Manitoba Museum. And these beautiful terracotta grotesques or gargoyles were once featured on the Winnipeg Tribune building right here in downtown Winnipeg. Designed by architect John D. Atchison. Located at 527 Smith Street, these grotesques and gargoyles were made by the American Terracotta and Ceramic Company, based out of Chicago. To the best of our understanding, they were likely created by Christian E. Schneider, who was a Norwegian immigrant and was the head modeler and sculptor for the company from the early 1900s up into the 1930s. At the time the building opened, there were 14 gargoyles seated atop tall fluted columns and another 14 grotesques, which are the heads only, even higher than that along the building's facade. These terracotta statues, molded from clay, have exaggerated features, giving them a whimsical appearance. Don't forget that when we're looking up at these gargoyles and grotesques, it's from the ground and they're way up there on top of a building. You may be asking yourself, where are these gargoyles' wings, the fangs, the talons, when there's nary a wing, fang, or talon in sight? All of the gargoyles and grotesques from the Winnipeg Tribune building actually represented employees in the newspaper industry. So we have printers, we have publishers, we have city editors, and we even have newspaper boys who'd be shilling the paper on street corners. The gargoyles and grotesques were actually removed from the Tribune building before the newspaper stopped operating in 1980. So in 1969, the building was undergoing renovations, and at that point, they removed all of the gargoyles and grotesques from the outside facade. At the time, they offered them up for sale first to newspaper employees who could get a little piece of the Tribune to bring home, maybe place it in their garden, which is where a few of these came from. So for instance, our city editor, which is a really interesting piece, was actually once under the ownership of Margaret Robinson, who was the administrative assistant for several of the publishers from the Tribune. Several of our gargoyles are on display in the Winnipeg Gallery, and then we also created some 3D replicas to scale to match this building here in our Winnipeg 1920 cityscape. It was much too arduous for us to put those very heavy terracotta grotesques on the side of this building. So we had these models printed so that they could be safely displayed for everybody to enjoy. Next time you visit the Manitoba Museum, don't forget to check out the Winnipeg Gallery and the Winnipeg 1920 cityscape to figure out which of these gargoyles is the real deal and which one is a great facsimile.